Hi, I'm Dinithi. This is the 42nd video of the series of designing an e-commerce web application, and today I'm gonna take you guys through the programming part behind our admin panel. So this is the admin panel of our eShop. Moving on to the code. First, I started a session and connected my database using connection.php. Then I checked whether the session AU variable has a value or not. And if not, it will echo you are not a valid user. Else the panel will be displayed. So first, let's talk about the daily earnings. First, I got the year, month and date using date function and assigned it to this today variable. We use this date function to get local date and time. And then I assign the month separately to this month variable and the year to this year variable. Then I created 5 variables A, B, C, E and F and assigned them to 0. Then I got all from the inverse table and got the number of rows of the result set. Then I used this for loop to fetch each row and assign that row to this invoice data variable. Then F plus invoice data quantity equals to F. So I used this line to get the total quantity. Then I assign the date from our invoice data to this D variable. Then I separated the date from D and assigned it to this split date variable. So this explode function basically breaks a string into an array. Then I assign this split date indexed array to pdate. And if pdate equals to today, then A plus invoice data total equals to A. Here I got the total earnings for today. Then I used the same method to get the total sold items on that particular day. Then I separated the month and year from pdate and assigned them to p month and p year. So if p year equals to this year and p month equals to this month, I got the total earnings and total sold items for this month using the previous method. Then over here, I echoed A, which is total earnings for today. Then B, which is total earnings for this month. Then C, which is total sold items for today. Then E, total sold items for this month. And F, which is total sold items. So the number of rows of the user table equals to total engagements. Then comes the total active time. First, I assign the start date as September 27th, 2022. And this returns as the current date, and I assign that to this tDate variable. Then I assigned our time zone, which is Asia Colombo, to this TZ variable. Then over here, I set our tDate to this TZ time zone. Then I changed the format of tDate as years, months, days, hours, minutes and seconds and assigned it to this end date variable. Then I used this line to get the difference between start and end dates. And I used these lines to echo the active time in years first, seconds last format. Then comes the most sold item. So first I got the most frequent item from our invoice table using this query. Then I got the number of rows of the result set as freqnum, and if that's greater than 0, then I fetched that row as freq data and got all details of product and product images using the product ID we got from freq data. Then I got the quantity total for today from the invoice table using these lines. Then I display the product images, product title, quantity and price in these lines. So this whole thing happens only if freq num is greater than 0, but else then these lines will be displayed. Then when it comes to the most famous seller, I used freq num to get that as well. So if that's more than 0, then I got the profile image and user details using product data and assign the user details to user data 1. And here I code the profile image, and over here I code the first name, last name, email and mobile number using user data 1. So this whole thing happens only if freq num is greater than 0, but if not, then these lines will work. And yep, that's how the admin panel works. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you all again. Goodbye.